and the program's going, and then all of a sudden something starts to happen while you're talking. What happens?
We get a note or word that gas is, quote unquote, escaping in the parking lot from some kind of gas main.
Another note again now, right?
And so my old Supreme Captain tactics went into effect. Supreme Captain tactics went into effect, which was during the time that Steve was talking about when we were trying to recruit him into the Nation of Islam, the period he was just talking about. So all of those tactics went into effect from Captain Rashid and others. So immediately I knew that if that spread throughout the audience, that a stampede would take place. People would start stampeding for the door. So I said, if the gas is escaping in the parking lot, we're all inside. So let's stay inside where there's no gas. Let's continue the lecture. And everybody just be calm, I said, and have a seat. Now, Brother Steve can fill you in on...
Meantime, someone asked to see Wazir Muhammad at the side door. The way the Vision Theater was, is two double or triple doors down on the corner of the stage in each side. The gas is supposedly out in this parking lot, and little did we know that James Edward Best is out there in that same parking lot.
Correct.
This is the alleged shooter of the next day.
He's seen outside with 2 or 3 other men with him.
Right. And he calls Wazir to come out to the door. And Wazir goes to the door.
He went to the door.
He went to the door. And then, as the so-called gas comes, it's my understanding that the lights got to flickering and the mics stop vibing. So now you're dealing with multiple coordination of moments now. Now, Best is a man who then drove all the way down from Seattle. Remember, the last person who vouched for seeing Best the weekend before was the gentleman Brock. And we made an excellent point when the ADL, who was in on the setup,
Brock of
reparation thing in Cobra, they know Brock. He be right here in D.C. working with these spotlight people. And Brock used to sit right in the hotel, right over in the lobby. But after them days when I lined him up. Now, how Brock got off was Eric Muhammad let him off. That when we had him trapped with the 4 questions about having been with Best the weekend before, Eric said, Steve Copley said that Steve Copley 10 times says 2 bits of the question, and Brock says, I ain't getting the one Steve Copley said, and that was the answer. Let it stop right there. We had him up in New York. He came up to Eric's place I was there June 10th. He came right before me, like June 1st, June 4th, somewhere in there. And he was very evasive, but it was the ADL report that tried to make Brock and Khalid buddies. But Brock had told me distinctively that he didn't like Khalid, and that he liked Best. And he said, what do you want me to do, tell you that he told me he was going to go kill him? Brock said that Best asked him to ride with him down to Los Angeles. And then that's when I got a call from the people in Fresno. As the people in Fresno saw Best drive through town with several people, he stops in Fresno, because supposedly his brother or somebody was from Fresno, California, somewhere Fresno was hooked. And the Fresno people called me to tell me that Best was there before he came on to Los Angeles. Best had a disproportionate amount of money, $25,000 he had received. He was in a car that was not his. He was at the scene and got locked out of his car. And the police, without him even having a registration slip, without him even having ownership, he didn't even have the keys, jimmied the car and opened the car up so he could get the guns out the car to come into the plaza area. Heavy series of things that had to happen for the patsy to get pulled into this area.
This was the sack with the 3 9mm in it.
Right, that allegedly was found in the area.
But the 30-06 rifle with the scope was still supposedly in the vehicle that the cops opened, jimmied the locks to open to let Best into. while the lecture was going on.
And what was Martin King shot with?
30-06.
30-06. And he was called on the balcony at what time? 3 minutes to 6. He was dead at what time? And Khalid, it was 6 o'clock when you was outside of that building. 6 o'clock.
The rifle in the car or the trunk?
I'm not sure.
Going to the back seat.
They bounced back.
They were going to the back seat.
Wrong.
I'm not sure if it was in the trunk in the back seat or where.
And again, stop what you're doing. This is up. Okay, this is take us to the day of. I the key things they tried to do with Beth. One was to say that motive. You always got to develop a motive. So the motive, this is Brother Jamal interviewing the student leader who was out there at that moment. And at the Marla Gibbs event, as the doors swing open, because those doors did open up on that side, did they not? These are those type of doors, at Riverside actually, but Marla Gibbs had these kind of double those doors open. I'm going to tell you exactly what I found, that the brothers who were acting like the nation on that side of the building asked those people to start coming out that door. They tried to get them up, those people in that left-hand section, and move them out. You say, open up them doors in the back. Because people was moving, people started running and scurrying and getting real systematic.
And that was the nation that night. They were not acting.
Right.
That was Mosque number 27,
Right.
West Coast Regional Headquarters, where I had been minister before.
Right.
They were allowed to be on post with me
that night.
They were not there at Cal State.
The next night.
Riverside.
Which was interesting, because that day they had to be in straight tie. That night they was in bow tie.
Correct.
And now you got this weird series of events unfolding there in the auditorium. What you see, brother?
Temple is. Some boys.
So what?
Some boys.
Oh, okay. Okay, so, wrong page again. Let's go, this is now, this should take you behind, now let me, I'm just going to show this, you can see this while we're talking over it, but this is now the day of. After this incident with the doors opening up, the speech went on. It was a strong night. Audience was wild. Thing was strong. That night after, this is the brush, that night after the program, you go and eat, you're out in the community. Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, right. And the question would be, what operation was shifting around during that period? Now, this is the day of the shooting attempt at Riverside. This is now looking out the back door. You can notice that this is a full line of trees, but notice that hunk of tree cut out. Who else was shot with a 30-06 in a row of bushes? Martin King, thank you. With a 30-06. Now notice how thick the brushes are. Thick, open. You see that? Thick, open. Now the question is, the bushes that are open, is this been open or just open? Now the brothers, this is natural. The brothers are on the scene. They're naturally trying to figure something out. This is what you need to do more